Most of the fictional characters above need no introduction. All of us had a favorite childhood game, where we pretended to be one of them. What made them so very cool was that they always seemed to know everything. The information they possessed made them, their employers, and their governments more powerful. In exactly the same way, having information on various topics keeps us one step ahead of the game. Whether as an individual, a company or a community, we are better prepared to take smarter decisions if we know the current trends, the latest news and past occurrences and consequences of a problem. Our manic need for information did not always exist, though. With time, along with the growth in numbers, wants, capabilities and demands, our need for information has increased at an exponentially high rate. Today, information is available on diverse topics, and each tidbit enables us in myriads of ways. It has become one of our fundamental needs. Using computers or computer systems to manage all this information is called information technology. Let's look at the definition of information technology, IT. The Oxford Dictionary says that IT is the study, or use, of computer systems for storing, retrieving or sending information. It's no secret that computers are at the very heart of the IT framework, lending the term technology to information technology. They are used to create, store, retrieve and transmit data or information across large distances, thus they have become indispensable to our 21st century lives. To understand information technology, we need to take a closer look at its biggest enabler, and paradoxically, its biggest limitation today. Let's take a closer look at this lovable box. We built computers to expand our brains. Modern times meant complex problems with complex solutions. We needed help. Computers gave us a way to store, retrieve and process data. Computers process data and carry out complex calculations within a few seconds. They can also be connected to a network, making it possible to share information over large distances. The point: computers are indispensable to us today. A computer is an electronic device that can receive information, perform actions on the basis of rules and provide an output. Using these functions, a computer can access, store, process and relay information to its user within seconds. You can think of a computer as a black box. It accepts data, makes changes to it, based on certain conditions, and displays the result. Computers understand everything in combinations of zeros and ones, but also know how to build complex things out of them. This is called binary code. For example, computers are able to convert these zeros and ones to mean various things, such as in a game, a web page, and even the application you are using at this very moment. Rome wasn't built in a day, nor was the computer. So who set things moving? Let's look at some dead famous contributors. One of the first computing machines known was the abacus. It was used in Europe, as well as Asia, around the 15th century. In 1642, Blaise Pascal invented the Pascaline, which was a mechanical calculator. Almost 30 years later, Gottfried von Leibniz took things a step further. He called it the stepped reckoner. Pascal's machine could do multiplications, divisions and find square roots. Then, the early 1800s, Charles Babbage made history by building the difference engine. The world now had a machine that mechanized a whole series of complex calculations and provided an output. He is called the father of the computer. One of the most remarkable things is that this machine had a memory. Here, data could be held temporarily for later use. It dwarfed any computing device then in existence. The Turing machine was the first incarnation of the modern-day computer. Built in 1936, it consisted of a long magnetic tape that had a combination of symbols, a sensor head that could read the tape and write symbols to the tape, and a set of simple instructions that directed the head to read and change the symbols on the tape. A computer that we would recognize today works on the same theory as the Turing machine, but is much more complex. However, whether we talk of the simple computers built by Babbage and Turing, or the complex computer you are reading this on right now, the idea remains the same. Accept input, add value to it by processing and then deliver a result. Great going. Now that you know a little more about the idea of information technology, let's take a quick test just to jog our memory. That was great. Moving on to the next topic,